My name's Peter Furniss. I'm the ringing master of the North Wales Association of Church Bell Ringers. It's been a very exciting milestone in this project to restore the bells. The bells have all come back to the church today with a lot of the framework and associated fittings. They've all been offloaded from the wagon and taken into the tower, and indeed already a number of the bells are back up at the top of the tower.
I'm Jenny Trigger. I've been the project coordinator on this project really from the beginning. These bells have got historical significance. We have had bells at St Peter's Church for many centuries, and we've had a particular specialised form of bell ringing. So the opportunity to refurbish the bells and reintroduce this traditional way of bell ringing is very exciting, and we're extremely grateful to everyone who's donated money towards the project.
Well, before they were restored, they really were an extremely difficult ring of bells to ring. Everything was very worn out. That made the bells very awkward to ring. The fifth bell was cracked and indeed hadn't been rung for a number of years. That bell has now been welded. All of the bells have been tuned, which should improve their tonal qualities, but most importantly, because of the new framework and the new fittings for the bells will be much easier to ring.
Well, we're having a celebration of the project on the 8th of September in St Peter's Church. It's a form of civic service, and on that occasion the bells will be rung as people come into church, and then we're going to have, I think, a full peal after the service, and we should have displays in the church as well. The day before, which is part of the Open Doors weekend in Ruthin, the church will be open for members of the public to go in small groups up to have a look at certainly the ringing room and maybe beyond, and we shall have a talk and demonstration within the church. So I hope people will come along and their interests will be fired, and that we shall get some potential bell ringers, because that's our next task for the future, to train bell ringers.
There's a long history of bells in Ruthin going back hundreds and hundreds of years. We certainly know that bells in Ruthin were being rung for full circle change ringing. That's the style of ringing that we use. We know that bells were being rung like that back in the 1700s. So it's restoring part of that heritage, but most importantly, I think it's the outward voice of the church. When people hear bells ringing, we can't be certain what message they're hearing, but one message for sure they must be hearing is that there is an active worshipping community in that place.